Just as you are excited, that is the same way I am excited to be on this YouTube channel, Omwando Enoch. And today we are going to talk about vehicles. We are going to talk about cars. If you love cars and you're there seated, then take a more comfortable seat because we are going to talk about two beasts of the road. And you know, as always, we have to urge you to subscribe. Remember, this is a family that has been growing by day. We are moving from 1 subscriber to 2 to 100 to 200. And now, you know what? Courtesy of you, we are headed to 300 subscribers. Thank you so much for being loyal and friendly to this YouTube channel. And I urge, if you are there, you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe, and ring that notification bell so that you don't miss any of the new videos that comes up immediately we upload these. As you can see behind me, we are at a beautiful sceneries at the Nyamira KMTC. As you can see right far at the back, you can see yellow and that is brown and you know, some colors which I cannot be able to describe. You know what? I cannot be able to know what color that is. I think is that brown, maroon, I don't know. But then we are seated here free of charge and we are talking about cars today. So if you are there and you're thinking about purchasing a vehicle and perhaps you're in the city, there comes a time that one time you have to visit, you know, ushago lazima utaenda. So which is this vehicle that you should be thinking about? You may be thinking about a Toyota V8, you may be thinking about a Pajero, you may be thinking about a Range Rover. But then if you are a common class man, then you should be thinking about these two beasts that I'm going to bring to you today. So today we are talking about the Mazda Cx-5, the beast, and the Toyota RAV4, the beastess. So let us see how these two vehicles compare and what are the features that they have that will make you to spend your hard-earned money on either of the two vehicles. Let's skip and let's start rolling. We are going to start by talking about the 2021 Toyota RAV4. This is the most modern of that class of Toyota RAV4 vehicles, which of course is manufactured by the beautiful Toyota company in Japan. And what are these features that they have put in place that are going to outcompete its, of course, initial competitors in the market? So when you look at Toyota RAV4 2021 model, a few modifications have been made, which have of course made it the best, one of the best sports utility vehicles on the road. We are going to look at 3 or 4 aspects which are going to give us an insight into this particular vehicle. So the first thing about this vehicle is we are going to talk about its capacity. The Toyota company has not added anything into the capacity of the Toyota RAV4 when talking about the passenger capacity. This is a 5-seater machine, which of course accommodates the driver plus 4 other people. But then when you look at the spacing of the seats and the spacing inside this particular vehicle, it has been slightly modified to be able to accommodate, of course, bigger persons and, you know, bigger luggages at the trunk. When you look at the trunk of this particular vehicle, it has been modified from 33 feet from the previous RAV4 to 37 cubic feet at the trunk. That means you can be able to put more luggage at the trunk compared to the predecessor, the earlier models of this particular model. When you look at the engine of this particular vehicle, much modifications have also been made. When you look at the other models, which are of course older compared to this particular vehicle is a 2.5 liter, that is 2,500 cc capacity vehicle. That means it is going to give you more engine power, it is going to give you more functionality, it's going to give you more torque and, you know, more stability on the road in case you want to hurry somewhere, of course, but don't hurry because we need to reach at home. So in case you want to hurry, this is a vehicle that can be able to accelerate faster because of its improvement in the engine. Talking about the exterior of this particular vehicle, it has been modified to be rugged but then still very beautiful. When you look at this vehicle from afar, you may think it is a modern Toyota Harrier, but then when you look closer into it, it has been modified to be beautiful and you find out that this is Toyota RAV4. From afar, it looks beautiful, rugged. The headlights are, very sharp. And in case you're traveling at night, then this is a vehicle that can be able to serve you very well on the road. Looking at the interior, you have options into the interior of this particular vehicle. One of the options you have is that you can be able to choose the all leather seats, which of course comes with an extra few cents. Then you talk about the driver, where the driver sits, and the dashboard, and all the the units of technology and all those things. It comes fitted with a 7-inch touch screen, all Android screen, which can be able to display in case you're using a back camera, which can be able to beautifully tell you the surroundings and all those things. As the driver is seated, you can be able to enjoy a beautiful reach and touch of every functional unit of this particular vehicle. The knobs, the touch screen, all of them are at the reach of the driver. When you look at even the pedals, they have been raised a little bit so that in case there's a person who is a short person, can be able to reach it, the pedals more quickly. So in general, this is a vehicle. Remember, the first part of this vehicle, we are going to talk about the general outlook of the vehicle, and then in our second part of this particular video, we are going to bring you a more and more information about how this vehicle can be able to function. So the engine of this vehicle has been modified to give a 203 horsepower. A real beast, 203 horsepower on the road. And you can see that this is a vehicle that is really powerful and strong. And in case you're going to a terrain which is not so good, you're going to a terrain which is rough road and all those things, the engine, the wheels rather, have been modified to give you a 8.6-inch of spacing. That means it's a very stable vehicle. In case you reach a pothole and all those things, you do not feel that impact straight or strong into yourself. So much about the Toyota RAV4. Let's move on and talk about the Mazda Cx-5. So when you look at this beast from the outlook, you're starting from the front. It has a beautiful large display of the Mazda logo, which gives you an insight even to go inside this vehicle and start driving almost immediately. And then whichever color it is, it will give you this beautiful sleek finishing of the exterior of this vehicle. When you look at the mirrors, they are all automated. You look at the windscreen and the headlights, they are all very sharp and very functional for the Mazda Cx-5 2021 model. Talking about the capacity of this vehicle, just like the Toyota RAV4, this is a 5-seater capacity vehicle. It has chairs to accommodate, or seats to accommodate 5 people. That is inclusive of the driver. But what is this that it has that the RAV4 that doesn't have? When you look at the trunk capacity of this vehicle, it is slightly smaller than that one of the Toyota RAV4, but then it doesn't compromise anything. Talking about the engine, you have 2 options to this engine, the Mazda Cx-5 2021. You have an option for a petrol 2.0 liter, that is 2000 cc capacity, and then you have an option also for 2200 diesel turbo engine. Oh my god, that's a turbo. And then this particular engine is using, of course, a diesel. So some of you have been thinking that a diesel has expensive maintenance and all those things. I want to assure you that this is just a fallacy, and that there is the information that we want to give on this channel, that those things, as long as you can be able to maintain your car well, it's a beautiful vehicle to go for. The engine, the 2 engines have been also been modified from the 2020 and 2019 Mazda Cx-5, that it can be able to give you 250 horsepower. Oh my god, 250 horsepower of of output from this particular engine. So talking about the inside of this vehicle, as the driver is entering into this vehicle, already you can feel that sporty environment. Everyone would wish to drive this particular machine. So as you just sit on that driver seat, you can be able to easily and very allocatively reach that particular steering, which is fitted, of course, with all the knobs and all the controls at the reach of the driver. But in case you do not want to use all the controls on the steering, then next to the driver you have what we call a 10.3-inch touch screen, of course, which is all beautiful, which is showing you all the surroundings, the back camera, and all those things, all that the driver wants to see the moment they enter into the vehicle. Talking about the security features of this particular Mazda Cx-5 is that this vehicle, it has the ability to navigate its environment and tell you whether you're keeping the lane, whether you're not keeping the lane. It has the ability to instruct the driver about various things to do before even they start driving this particular car. So it gives you that extra comfort that you are driving a machine. So the sporty look, the sporty feeling once you enter into that particular vehicle gives me all the reasons to recommend for myself, not for you, Mazda Cx-5 2021 model. So in our next part of this particular video, we are going to bring you into deeper details about the Mazda Cx-5 and a Toyota RAV4. But meanwhile, if you ask me, which one would I want to go for? If it was me, Mazda.